guys, welcome back to the channel. It's me, CJ. We successfully moved across the country. Can it qualify as across the country if you only move 2 states down? I don't really think so, but they were long states. We had a seamless drive. I'm playing tug with my dog and got here in about 20 hours. We did 2 10-hour days of driving. We are completely unpacked in the house. All of the major furniture is unpacked. All of my books are still in boxes because we have no place to put them. And overall, we're feeling pretty settled. So thanks to the people who wished me well on our journey and checked in on me. We made it and we're feeling good. It's 107 today. It is hot. I'm from here, so it's not as shocking to me, I think, as it is to Kiki, but even he is acclimating a little bit. We went swimming yesterday. There's a good library here. I don't know what to tell you. It's good. Also plug for my new Sunny's hat, Women versus the Void. Seems also pretty telling for the news cycle, but it is a literary reference. I think I first heard this term on a Letterboxd list, actually. I definitely didn't make it up. But I think it's just another term that people use to describe a DWM. I need to think about DWM versus Women versus the Void, but it kind of has a little bit of a larger reach saying the same thing. So this is my new hat. I think it's funny. Also, it's sold out, so I'm sorry, but I'm getting more made. So that's my life update. Another huge life update. We are now Sprouts grocery store people. That will definitely make a big change in the vlogs for you guys. You know, we've said goodbye to Kroger and Fred Meyer, and now that we live in Yuma, we are Sprouts people. So that is a huge life change. We're gonna start really renovating the house, Dad's house, our little guest house, hopefully soon. It's really hot and we have a lot of demo to do and there's no air conditioning in it. So we kind of have to plan out some weekends coming up where we wanna wake up at like 5 a.m. to try to beat the heat. So that's super fun. But that will be our first renovation project. We're just kind of like living in the house how it is now until Dad's house is completely done, and then we can stay in there while we do some larger renovations to our main house. But now that we're settled, I think we're getting like a better sense of where we want furniture to go, future floor plan stuff. It's gonna be good. I'm excited for like September when the weather starts cooling down and we can really utilize some of our patio outside stuff. As far as my reading life goes, Sunny's had our first book club discussion with Ariel Delgado Dixon, author of Don't Say We Didn't Warn You. That happened on Friday of this week. The link to the video will be in my description box below. Overall, I think it went really well. I unfortunately had some internet issues throughout the video that was pretty frustrating for my first live stream book club, especially when the guest was an author. It just felt bad, even though it was completely out of my control. But I think we recovered well. Ariel was a pro and kind of guided the conversation for like the 5 minutes that my Wi-Fi dropped out. And we recovered. So if you were part of that book club for June, thank you so much. The video is up there for you to watch at your leisure. I think some people said, hey, next time, like, try to have it be on a weekend, try to have it at a different date. So if you have any opinion on when you would prefer live streams to be, let me know. I was just trying to do like a weekday during lunchtime-ish for Pacific Standard Time, but I know it's gonna be hard to find a time that works for everyone, and especially the guests. So curious to know if you enjoyed that book, what you would like to see in future book clubs, and any feedback you have in general. Moving forward, the first book club kind of happened while I was midst of moving. So for July, when we read New Animal by Ella Baxter, I'm hoping to be more engaged on Instagram, maybe posting some like interactive stories about where I'm at in the book, more of like a guided, I don't know, just like interpersonal discussion, like while we're actually reading, instead of just waiting for the book club at the end. So thank you for your guinea pig for June. I appreciate you. I hope they get better in the future. And our book club exclusive surprise that's gonna come with New Animal in July is really freaking cute. I'm just telling you now, you can only get it if you're in the book club. It's gonna be great. And another plug, all purchases made on the Sunny's Book Truck website for the remainder of June, 50% of proceeds are going to be donated to an abortion fund. And also all of the revenue from the Ariel Delgado Dixon discussion will be donated as well. I'll share receipts at end of the month for transparency. I think I'm gonna do like a May and a June wrap up, so I'm not going to talk you through the books that I read while I was in the midst of moving, and instead I think we're just gonna, really? Spud went swimming, by the way, you guys. We're not sure if he liked it. He's never really gone swimming before, but he did get like in the pool on the raft and seemed like he was kind of having a good time, but also that he was a little stressed out. So that was really cute. Okay, but I'm gonna end this video cruising through the mid-year freak out book tag questions. Whoa. Best book you've read so far in 2022. Let me see. Wow, what a weird reading year for me, looking back on these books. I haven't read that much, but I think if I had to choose, it would probably be Crossroads by Jonathan Franzen. I think that's my favorite book I've read so far in 2022. Just a sweeping family saga that was really engrossing. Spud, it's a lot. Spud, your mother is trying to monetize her personality to put food on your table. That's how I feel about it too. Jonathan Franzen. Number 2, best sequel you've read so far in 2022. I feel like the mid-year book freakout tag needs a revamp. Like, could we do a more literary version of this tag, you guys? Because it is, I think, an older tag that feels kind of genre-y to me. Like, who's reading sequels is basically what I want to say. But I did read a sequel, and it's Either Or by Elif Batuman. It's the only sequel I've read, and I would say that is my favorite because it was the only one. It's pretty good. I'm gonna talk more about that in June. New release you haven't read yet but want to. So many. On my upcoming release radar video that I posted a while ago, there were some in there, but if I look at my physical TBR stack in front of me, I would probably say, weird, a lot of my TBR actually isn't new releases, which is cool. But I would say, oh, Death by Landscape by Elvia Wilk, actually. I read Oval by her a couple of months ago and I loved it. I'm actually considering that for the August Sunny's Book Club pick, even though most people are seeming to want novels only. But we do what we want, right? Yeah, I'm really excited. I think Oval was so weird. It's climate fiction, and this is a collection of essays that's dealing with some similar topics, and I think she's really smart and it's gonna be good. Okay, most anticipated release for the second half of 2021. I mean 2022. I think I just said that. Isn't that the same question? Is there any other ones on here that look cool? Not really. I've been kind of slow in my roll on requesting physical arcs of stuff. I don't know. Watch that video I posted. Biggest disappointment in 2022 so far. Okay, so I've DNF'd a couple of books, but most recently, Heartbroke by Chelsea Baker. I also DNF'd Godshot from her. I got Heartbroke from the library, so I don't feel super guilty about DNFing it, but I just don't think she's a writer for me. A lot of her material seems to be drawn from like the Central California Valley, and it's kind of really down on their luck. People who are in poverty situations and are like facing abuse and trying to work their way through it. I liked all 3 stories I read in Heartbroke actually, but it was feeling really repetitive. And I think they're supposed to be like semi-interconnected. They're all in the same town, so it makes sense that there was kind of a through line through all of them, but it just wasn't what I wanted to read, so I put it down. It kind of actually reminds me of Lucia Berlin, what is it called? A Manual for Cleaning Women. I read that earlier this year. They're kind of using the same kind of archetypes and like doing these characterizations in similar ways, but I don't know, they just didn't resonate with me that much, you guys. Is this whole video out of focus? It was on the plan the whole time. Biggest surprise. Biggest surprise, I would say The Millstone by Margaret Drabble, because it's a book I would never have reached for unless Lauren Euler recommended it to me, and it felt really contemporary and fresh, and I enjoyed it immensely, so that was a surprise. New favorite author, I would have to say again Elvia Wilk, because she is great. Could I also say the author of Mona, Paula, I'm not gonna try to say the last name, but you know which one I'm talking about. I really liked that novel, and I listened to her interview on Literary Friction, and she was really smart and funny. Newest fictional crush. God, I've read a lot this year of people I don't have crushes on. Maybe Paul, from Paul Takes the Form of a Mortal Girl. They would be fun to date and crush on. Newest favorite character. See, I don't like this tag. Are you guys having a good time? I'm not. I'm not having a good time. Who is my newest favorite character? Oh God. Ooh, I really liked, actually, I love Celine from Either Or. I think she's so funny. Literally like laughed every other page while I was reading that. But I also really liked the narrator of Revenge of the Scapegoat by Karen Boleyn. She was just so deadpan and kind of wacky, but depressed at the same time. I really liked reading from her perspective. Book that made you cry, none of them at all. Book that made you happy. It's weird that I read the newest David Sedaris and it didn't really resonate with me, because I feel like I've kind of overdosed on him a little bit lately. But I liked his interview on the podcast Talk Easy about the book, and that made me happy.
That also made you cry.
Huh?
And it made you cry.
Yeah, it also made me cry too, when he was talking about his dad, and just like the passage of time. I teared up in the car while I was listening to it. Favorite review, oh wait, am I reading like, is this even the like favorite book to movie adaptation you've seen so far this year? I don't think I've seen any. Favorite review you've written this year? I don't really do that often. Most beautiful book you've bought this year? Okay, I can answer that. Bought or read? I'm gonna go with read. And I'm going to say, God, Mona is so good. That type is so good, but I can't pick that. I'm gonna say Cold Enough for Snow, with that grid cloud motif. It's really, really nice. Well, that was the mid-year book freakout tag. I really didn't have fun doing that at all. But I'm back, baby. I moved. Maybe you'll see me again soon. Let me know how you are. Let me know what you want from this channel. Maybe I'll try to do like a vlog next week. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm trying to get my personality back on camera, so thanks for bearing with me. Love you. Bye.